I got into the choir, and Mr. Graham is his name, took me in and said, "You're a singer." I knew I liked singing, but I didn't see it as like, something that I could be really great at. And he likes to brag on me. He says, "You're that kid that, turned out to be all right."
This morning we are having breakfast with Mr. Franklin Willis, who is an incredible teacher here at Andrew Jackson Elementary. Welcome, Franklin.
Thank you.
Oftentimes, we just don't know enough about our teachers. Tell me about Franklin Willis.
So I'm from Nashville, born and raised here. All of this started for me in church choir. I had a wonderful church director who had a youth choir. He saw something in me and was like, "Franklin, go home and learn this song and come back and you teach the guys and I'm gonna take the girls." So that was like my first initial music education experience. It wasn't until my 10th grade year that I auditioned for Nashville School of the Arts.
Really?
I auditioned there and I got into the choir, and Mr. Graham is his name, took me in and said, "You're a singer." And I knew I liked singing, but I didn't see it as like, something that I could be really great at. And through his tutelage and his mentorship, I knew that I want to be a music teacher. And through those experiences, I just kept going, and here I am now, 10 years later, having taught general music with both middle school and elementary music. So I'm thankful for those people who poured into me and saw something else that I just didn't know existed.
Have you talked to the music teacher from Nashville School of the Arts?
Well, actually, when I came back from University of Memphis, he was the church director at a local church in Green Hills here in Nashville, and he hired me as a bass soloist. And he likes to brag on me. He says, "You're that kid that, turned out to be all right."
You bring up a really good point, but it's really important to have teachers who are encouraging students to see pathways, because seeing is believing, right? And for you, you did not receive it until 10th grade, and imagine if you had never received it. It makes a lot of sense why you're so passionate right now, K through 5, because you know that you can have a huge impact on the trajectory of a student's
We can
tenure.
give them that spark.
Absolutely.
And that's all I want to do, is expose my students to different types of music, genres, and then let them make the decision of what it is that they want to do.
Absolutely.
And you never know, you might have a jazz musician out here, you might have another music teacher.
Yeah.
I have several kids who have that bossy instinct.
Oh, I love it.
They're just like, "Mr. Willis, I heard something, it just wasn't right." I'm like, "You're my future music teacher."
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I didn't even hear that. You begin to just shape and encourage those kids to use those talents. We live in a place, sometimes we don't want our kids to have a voice.
Yeah.
We want them to be robots.
Yeah.
And I am totally against that. I want them to live in that authentic energy.
Yeah.
And I want them to use that
I hear you.
not only to better themselves, but to better each other.